Day one of the 2024 Rogue Invitational in Aberdeen, Scotland. The first time that we have been overseas for this competition. Glad you are with us, everybody, inside P&J Live here in Aberdeen, Scotland. I'm Sean Woodland with former Affiliate Cup champion Adrian Conway, and Kiki Dixon is down on the competition floor. The men are going to be out first, and this field is absolutely loaded. Pat Vellner is the defending champion. He's won this competition twice. Justin Medeiros is back in action at the Rogue Invitational as well. Jeff Adler, of course, a CrossFit Games champion. 20 women will be in the field here for this Rogue Invitational. Tia Toomey and Laura Horvath, they are the only two women to win this competition. Toomey has won 3, Horvath has won 2.
We got the best of the best here. I mean, this is the biggest competition of the year, arguably, outside of the games.
There's 20 competitors, and all the competitors are really good.
I think the key to having success at the Rogue Invitational is being prepared to just grind it out.
I have to dig deep and make it hurt. If I make the workout hurt just enough, that means I'll have a good result.
I'm excited to, climb the big Zeus rig on the rope. I'm really excited about that lateral pegboard.
Obviously, Tia has established herself as the best of all time.
When it comes to competition, it's really about executing every workout and trying to place the best that you possibly can.
And then, of course, Laura, she's won the game. She's won Rogue 2 years in a row.
I'm here to take first place. Those are my expectations.
I have never won the Rogue Invitational. I got third, and second, and this weekend I am chasing the champion's belt.
We kicked off the 2024 Rogue Invitational with Event 1, Quicksand. It was 10 rounds of sandbag carries and 400-meter runs. Ricky Garrard was able to overtake Jeff Adler in the final sprint to win the event. Adler takes second, Jason Hopper finishes in third. And for the women, Tia Toomey started the competition with an event win. Gabby McGowa comes in second, and it's Emily Rolfe in third. And in Event 2, it's North Sea Tiger, an homage to the offshore oil workers of Aberdeen. Brent Fikowski finished the event in third place. Guimayeros looked impressive in the squat snatch. He takes second. And it was Dallin Pepper holding strong, winning the event. For the women, it was the two-time Rogue Invitational champion, Laura Horvath, coming in at third. Gabby McGowa was able to hang on to second place, and the fittest woman on earth, Tia Toomey, destroyed the competition. She wins the event. Event 3, Braveheart, is next. Event number 3, the third of the 9 events here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational, is Braveheart, presented by Rogue, and the heavy barbells are out. Just 5 points separate first from fourth. You take a look at the lane assignments. Ricky Garrard is your overall leader. He'll be in lane number 3. He has 175 points because of a tiebreak with Jeff Adler and Jason Hopper, who also have 175 points.
We're already seeing no reps being handed out. Look, the athletes have to get their hands on the tape line. Hopper's left hand was too wide, and so he didn't get rewarded that rep. So it's an extra rep, and he loses the time.
One complex is one wall walk, followed by 2 wall-facing handstand push-ups. And there is your leader coming in after 2 events, Ricky Garrard.
It is a challenge in itself, and we're watching them open up with 16 of these things, and now they're going to have to go brace and get under 375 pounds.
Jeff Adler's the first man off. Took a look around to see if anybody was with him and just kind of shrugged. We know the barbell's not going to be a problem for him. And here comes Justin Medeiros and Noah Olson.
And here's some of the difference that you'll see in strength. Jeff Adler got no belt on. He doesn't have time and doesn't need time to fidget with adjusting it or tightening it around his midsection. He can get under the weight, be composed, still breathe, and start to do work. A lot of the other athletes are going to spend time doing other things with a belt, and that can really add up through the 4 to 5 rounds of this event.
Justin Medeiros has a good pace going on those back squats as Adler's heading back for round number 2. Medeiros is through his set of 8. Brent Fikowski now is going to be the last man to get to the barbell. It's Adler out front, followed by Medeiros. And Ricky Garrard now 3 reps remaining before he's done with his opening set of 8.
Ricky doing a great job using the momentum at the bottom of his squat, driving his knees back, and then standing with the load.
Now Pat Vellner has moved ahead of Gerard. He and Dallin Pepper walking back together. Gerard in the back there in the black shirt. Pepper is at the bottom of your screen. He's also wearing the black shirt. And then Pat Vellner in the middle in the gray. But it's Jeff Adler who's continuing to work through his second set of wall walk complexes. At the 22 rep mark, Adler and Medeiros will both head back for a set of 6 back squats at 375 pounds.
Jeff taking no time to unrack that 375 pounds. Eyes straight ahead. What I'm looking for here, Sean, too, is consistency at the top. If they start to take longer and longer between reps, that's how you know they're starting to hit a bit of a struggle point. Jeff's very consistent. It's about a breath and a half right at the top, right down into the next rep.
Here comes Justin Medeiros, solidly in second place in this heat. As now Adler is done with his round of 6. He's heading back to the wall, opening up a big lead now on Justin Medeiros.
When we return, will Jeff Adler hold on to his lead in Braveheart? The 2024 Rogue Invitational continues.
This CBS Sports Spectacular, the 2024 Rogue Invitational on CBS Sports is sponsored by Rogue, Don't Weaken, and by Go Rock, the world's toughest gear built from the ground up.
Welcome back to the 2024 Rogue Invitational in Aberdeen, Scotland. The men's competition has the floor in Event 3, Braveheart.
Wow. Justin, even a faster cycle rate from the top down.
Pat Vellner there on the left in the gray shirt, now in third place in the heat. And Medeiros is through. Medeiros coming in 17th place overall, a 15th and a 16th in events 1 and 2. He's been to the Rogue Invitational 2 prior times and won it both times he was here. There's Pat Vellner working through his set of 6. Meanwhile, Jeff Adler is 2 reps away from closing out his set of 4 wall walk complexes.
Now, Jeff's been doing this each round, pausing on his head on some of those second reps. And for me, I'm like, man, does that make it harder, that pause at the top? But it helps him stay unbroken and get back up to the wall quicker.
Jeff Adler back to the barbell for a set of 4.
More of the same for Jeff. Consistent timing out of the bottom. Hardly any pause at the top.
The final round for Jeff Adler. He's got 1:30 to chase down Guimayeros. Justin Medeiros still in second place.
Justin making that weight look light.
And now Medeiros back to the wall for the final time as Jeff Adler is done. And now 2 reps between Jeff Adler and an event win. Adler is done, and Adler will cross the finish line, and he should have first place all by himself heading into day number 2.
It was Jeff Adler pouring it on hot right out of the gate. Sean, it was funny. It was like the shoulder shrug and the smile right here. Where it was just like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm pretty fit. That wasn't even hard for me. And then it was really more of an effortless attitude that he took into this. The biggest struggle that I saw him have was a little bit of a pause at the top of some of the, or the bottom of those handstand push-ups. But it was slight work by the fittest man on earth in 2023, looking to get to the top of the podium at the Rogue Invitational this go-round, not just stand on second or third.
It came in a 3-way tie for first place. That'll help him take over the top spot in the overall standings all by himself. Event win for Jeff Adler. 5:51.08 seconds. Justin Medeiros stayed on task and got himself across the finish line just ahead of Guimaeros to take second place and pick up 95 points. Jay Crouch and Jorge Fernandez rounding out the top 5. Down to the competition floor, Kiki Dixon is with Jeff Adler.
Jeff, you're going to take the W on this event. After your first set of the wall walk complex, we saw you walk away, kind of look left, kind of look right, give a little shrug. What was that about?
I was really surprised, honestly. I just came out. Everybody was still on the wall. I was like, whoa, maybe I made a mistake. But in the end, it was fine.
And so far, through 2 events for the women, Tia Toomey has been perfect, winning the first 2 events, 14 career wins here in 33 events at the Rogue Invitational. Braveheart has 2 movements.
It is a descending ladder of 8, 6, 4, 2 wall walk complexes, which involve 1 wall walk and 2 strict handstand push-ups and back squats at 260 pounds.
Lane assignments for the second and final heat. Overall leader Tia Toomey right in the middle of the floor in lane number 6, trying to hold off Gabby McGowa and Laura Horvath. Heat 2 underway.
Tia gonna make pretty quick work of these wall walk complexes, Sean. I'm interested to see how Gabby attacks him and also how Laura Horvath also attacks him.
Toomey is now finished up as Barnhart takes a second to chalk her hands. Gabby McGowa is now done along with Alex Gazan.
Consistency is what we're looking for here at a round 1.
The final rep now for Tia Toomey, and she will head back for her set of 6. Horvath still working through her set of 8. She's on the left side, and now she's done. So Laura Horvath will hustle to the barbell for her 8 back squats. And she's through her round of 8 as Tia Toomey is to the barbell for 6 back squats, 7:15.67 seconds. That's the time to beat from Danny Spiegel.
We see that deep breath from Tia, and then applying a really unique skill set in the squat where timing is so very important for Tia.
And now here comes Gabby McGowa. She's in second place.
Yeah, and the effortlessness that Tia is showing us here. The walk up with her feet, hands come back. Look at the straight line that her body creates every time she presses out. And it's so quick that, again, it reduces the time that's spent upside down. It makes it easier for her arms, simply put.
And Gabby McGowa just closed out her set of 6. She's in second place in this heat and second place overall behind Toomey. 10 points back after 2 events. And now Toomey continues to just make quick work of everything here and is way out in front.
She can get there, execute at the pace she wants to, pause at the top when she needs to, and then be smooth when she gets back to the wall.
Does Tia Toomey have what it takes to win 3 events in a row? We'll find out as the 2024 Rogue Invitational continues. Welcome back to the 2024 Rogue Invitational in Aberdeen, Scotland, the most celebrated CrossFit athlete of all time. Tia Toomey is leading the competition in Event 3, Braveheart.
Well, if Tia Toomey hangs on for the event win, which it looks like she will, she'll be the first ever athlete at the Rogue Invitational to sweep the day. The first day to sweep day 1.
3 for 3. Add another accomplishment to her belt. Wow.
Now Toomey is done, and she only has 2 reps left. Toomey is done, and Tia Toomey goes 3 for 3, a clean sweep on day 1 for the first time at the Rogue Invitational. And who else would you expect to pull it off? 300 points to head into Saturday. 6:14.89 seconds, a minute faster than Danny Spiegel.
It's offensive. The fitness that is on exhibition here, it's something, again, that we can easily take for granted because of how easy she makes it look, but she's just on another level, Sean. It's her training, her commitment, everything that she aligns in her life for the last decade and plus has gotten her to this type of performance that we get to see.
Here comes Brooke Wells. She has 2 reps remaining. This is a great result for Brooke Wells. 9th place overall, looking to move up the overall standings, heading into day number 2. Brooke is done, and Brooke is going to take 2nd place in the heat and 2nd place in the event. Here comes Gabby McGowan for the final time to the barbell. Ariel Lowen is also getting set to head to the barbell for the final time.
Wow.
No problem for McGowan, and she is in. Tia Toomey's going to rack up another win. 6 minutes, 14.89 seconds. Brooke Wells is able to sneak in inside of Danny Spiegel's top time from Heat 1 for 2nd place. Let's send it down to Kiki Dixon.
This event had a lot of bracing on the wall walks, bracing on the handstand push-ups, at the back squats as well. Where did you find were the pockets to best breathe at?
At the top and bottom, taking a split second before racking the bar always helps. And yeah, I think, we trained for this, so felt good.
And with that, Tia Toomey continues to prove how great she is. 300 total points. She will have the overall lead with now 6 events remaining. Now on the men's side, things are a little bit closer, a little bit more in doubt. Jeff Adler will put himself on top of the overall standings, but it is tight behind him.
In event 4, hunting haggis, rowing, thrusters, and muscle-ups take center stage. Ariel Lowen was able to finish the event in 3rd place. Laura Horvath looked strong coming in 2nd. And the only athlete to finish in under 15 minutes, Tia Toomey breaks a Rogue Invitational record, winning her 4th event in a row. For the men, current leader Jeff Adler takes 3rd place. He only finished a 2nd behind Dallin Pepper, and Ricky Garrard posts the best time of 15 minutes, 20 seconds to win the event. In event 5, it's Devil's Tail, a combination of rope climbs and single-arm devil presses with the sear bell. 70 pounds for the women, 100 pounds for the men. For the women, all the athletes were time-capped except for 2, Tia Toomey and Laura Horvath. Gabby McGowan, unable to complete the event, took 3rd. Tia Toomey's event win streak comes to an end as she finishes 2nd. Laura Horvath gets her 1st win of the competition, finishing in 6 minutes and 33 seconds. For the men, it was event 4 winner Ricky Garrard finishing the grueling event in 3rd place. Jeff Adler looked strong. He comes in 2nd. And Jason Hopper wins his 1st event of the 2024 Rogue Invitational. He finishes in 6:39. Here's a look at the overall standings. The top 3 women have really separated themselves from the rest of the field. Tia Toomey is leading with 495 out of a possible 500 points. Gabby McGowan currently sitting in 2nd, and defending Rogue Invitational champion Laura Horvath in 3rd. And for the men, it's Jeff Adler in 1st place with 460 points, Ricky Garrard in 2nd with 415, and Dallin Pepper sits in 3rd. When we come back, the Duel returns at the 2024 Rogue Invitational. Stream CBS Sports HQ, your free 24/7 snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today.
It would not be the Rogue Invitational if we didn't have a duel, and that is what is up next for the CrossFit athletes here in Aberdeen, Scotland. It's the Duel 4. It's going to be fast, and we're going to whittle the field down as we go through it.
It's a really great balance. They start with 5 up and overs the hay bell. And what that means is that their feet literally have to touch the ground on the other side, and they can go right back the opposite direction. A 50-foot sled push, 160 pounds, and then 4 power stair steps of 225 pounds.
Heat number 1, 5 women going at a time here. Heat 1 is underway, 5 times up and over.
Standard here is the athlete's got to climb over that quickly. It's going to be 5 times. Both feet have to touch the ground, and then they're free to get back over to the other side.
So Tall and Williamson sprinting to that 160-pound sled. They got to push it across the floor. And now it's Emma Tall, who's going to be the first woman to that 225-pound weight. She's got to get up to the top of the stairs and then make the touch. And Emma Tall takes heat 1.
That's fast. She came out cooking.
In heat 2, it was Danielle Brandon coming out on top. And Danny Spiegel wins heat 3. And in the final heat, Gabby McGowa edges out Laura Horvath and Tia Toomey to end round 1. In round 2, Dana Paran sneaks by the competition to take the first heat. Tia Toomey recovers with a win in heat 2. And Laura Horvath wins her heat, and we move on to round 3. Emma Tall looks strong as she takes the first heat of round 3. And Laura Horvath crushes the competition to win the final heat of round 3. Now it's round 4, the semifinals.
And Danielle Brandon has been one of the fastest athletes that we have seen on those up and overs, but as you mentioned, with Horvath on the sled, who's been making up a lot of time there. Certainly do not count out Emma Tall and Paige Semenza. The semifinal heat is underway. And it's going to be Danielle Brandon off first. Laura Horvath the second, followed by Paige Semenza, Dana Paran, and then Emma Tall. Brandon to the sled, just ahead of of Laura Horvath. And Horvath once again making up some ground. Horvath's going to be done first. It's neck and neck. Horvath has a slight lead over Tall and Brandon. Laura Horvath is going to take her heat, and it's going to be Emma Tall in second, followed by Brandon, Paran, and Semenza. So it's going to be Emma Tall and Laura Horvath for the event win.
What an event. What a day for Emma Tall, making some serious moves up the leaderboard. Wow.
And now we get one final head-to-head matchup between Laura Horvath and Emma Tall for the event win in the Duel 4. Laura Horvath has been great on the second 2 movements here, the sled and the power stairs. Emma Tall has been fantastic on the sled. Here we go, Tall versus Horvath for the win. 5 up and overs to start.
Laura stole a page from Danielle Brandon's book. She did that up and over faster than any other round so far.
Horvath off first. Let's see if Emma Tall can once again make up some ground on the sled. Tall doing a good job of staying right in Horvath's back pocket, and now onto the power stairs. 225 pounds has got to be moved to the top. Horvath has got a lead here. And now it's double for Tall. That's going to open the door for Laura Horvath. Second straight event win. Emma Tall is going to take second.
Wow. What a show.
36.15 seconds for Laura Horvath, who was picture perfect through every single run here and picks up her second straight event win. Called her shot earlier, said she's not going to be in third for long. She was right. 9th career event win at the Rogue Invitational for your defending champion, Laura Horvath. Takes the head-to-head battle with Emma Tall. Now let's send it down to Kiki Dixon.
Laura, congratulations on your event win.
Thank you.
On our last interview, you said that you were about ready to change that leaderboard. Apparently you're a woman of your word. What were the ingredients that went into that manifestation right there?
You know, it just, the mentality, show up and hunt them down.
Laura Horvath on the charge here in Aberdeen, Scotland. Picks up her second straight event win, the 9th of her career, and adds 100 points to her total. And looking to move up the overall standings. Men coming up next as they take on the Duel 4 here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational.
Welcome back to the 2024 Rogue Invitational inside P&J Live here in beautiful Aberdeen, Scotland. Well, the women put on quite a show in Event 6, the Duel 4. The men are up next as it's their turn to take on the Duel 4. And you've got to be perfect if you want to win this thing.
Man, you're so right about that. This event specifically leaves no room for error. And what these athletes are going to be asked to do is 4-time, 5 up and overs, that the hay bale, 50-foot sled push at 180 pounds, and 4 power stair steps at 300 pounds for the men.
4 heats here in the opening round. Top 15 times moving on. Saxon Panchik, Jonakoski, Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson, Noah Olsen, and Georges Karavis to kick things off. First heat underway. 5 up and overs. And Noah Olsen's going to be off first along with Jonakoski, Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson, and Saxon Panchik. Karavis bringing up the rear. Olsen on the sled push. Koski is slightly ahead of him. Koski's going to be the first man to make the turn, but Gudmundsson and Olsen are right behind him. 300 pounds now on the weight. Got to move it to the top of the steps. Noah Olsen looks like he's retaking the lead here. Olsen up first. He'll make the touch. Gudmundsson, then Koski. Saxon Panchik is in, and Georges Karavis.
Wow.
Noah Olsen putting on a late charge, 35.98 seconds to win his heat.
In Heat 2, Crouch edges out Hapalainen, and in Heat 3, Mayeros takes the win, holding off Vellner and Fikowski. For the second time in this competition, Ricky Garrard sneaks past Jeff Adler, beating him by only 5/100ths of a second. Heat 1 of round 2 was a sprint to the finish as Dallin Pepper takes the win. James Sprague put on a show and wins Heat 2. And Guy Mayeros continues to get faster, edging out Jeff Adler to win Heat 3. Vellner leaves it all on the floor and takes Heat 1 in round 3. And Guy Mayeros wins yet again with a dominant performance in Heat 2. Next up, round 4, the semifinals.
This is big for Brent Fikowski. Fikowski came into this event 50 points back of Pepper for third. Now, Guy Mayeros will be right in the middle of the floor. He has been hard to catch in this event. Look how low Brent Fikowski is starting there. Looks to get an early jump on these burpees. And Guy Mayeros once again is out front early on, making the sprint to the sled. Vellner's right on his heels, followed by Brent Fikowski. Crouch and Sprague neck and neck for fourth. And now Brent Fikowski starting to gain some ground.
Wow.
On Guy Mayeros, they're going to be dead even making the turn to the power stairs. 300 pounds, has to move to the top. Guy Mayeros looking to hold off Fikowski and Vellner. It's Mayeros, Vellner, or pardon me, Fikowski, Vellner. I think Sprague may have edged out Crouch. Sprague edges out Vellner.
Wow.
Guy Mayeros and Brent Fikowski. So Fikowski is going to get at least 95 points here.
Look at this start, Sean. You mentioned it. Brent Fikowski and Guy both had a lower starting position, and they needed it to edge out Pat Vellner, because look at how fast Vellner is at top of the screen, black t-shirt. He is so fast off the ground and over that thing on Guy's heels, but it was right here that we started to see Fikowski make his charge, going neck and neck with Guy. And then it was a race through the finish line here. Fractions of a second.
Guy Mayeros trying to win the duel for the second time at the Rogue Invitational. We already had one repeat winner. Laura Horvath won for the women. She also won the duel in 2022. Brent Fikowski looking to overtake Dallin Pepper for third place. Guy Mayeros versus Brent Fikowski for the event win. Brent was nearly falling over.
Listen, any advantage you can create. Wow.
Well, Fikowski's just got to keep it close here, given the work he did on that 180-pound sled, and it looks like he's closer than he was in the last round. Guy's going to be off just ahead of Brent. Let's see if Brent can still make up that ground on the 180-pound sled.
There he goes. And you never know what can happen on the stairs. Take nothing for granted.
So Guy manages to hold off Fikowski. Guy's going to be the first man to the power stairs. Fikowski's right behind him. 300 pounds to the top. And it's Guy Maieros. Second win in the duel, 100 points, first win in the competition for Guy. Third career event win for Guy Maieros, and both he and Brent Fikowski are with Kiki Dixon.
Why were you able to thrive?
I mean, I love events like this. The first time that I did it was in 2021, the duel, and I won, and it was amazing.
Jay Crouch takes third, followed by Pat Vellner, his best finish of the competition. Guy Maieros, he's good at this stuff. Looking to put himself inside the top 5 heading into the final day.
In event 7, the Gondola, we introduced a new implement, the horizontal pegboard, to really challenge the athletes. For the women, it was Alex Gazan coming in at third. Current leader Tia Toomey was able to maintain her lead and come in second. And Laura Horvath had the perfect technique for the horizontal pegboard. She wins the event, making it 3 wins in a row. And for the men, Jason Hopper came on strong, finishing in third. It was Jay Crouch taking second. And the professor, Brent Fikowski, putting on a horizontal pegboard clinic. He wins the event, he's moving up the leaderboard and putting pressure on Jeff Adler for the top spot. Stay with us as our coverage continues from Aberdeen, Scotland. Coming up next, CBS Sports presents some of HBCU's best college basketball teams in a sensational hoops doubleheader at the CBS Sports Classic HBCU Showcase, beginning at 2 Eastern on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Welcome back to the 2024 Rogue Invitational in Aberdeen, Scotland, and in Event 8, tightrope, the athletes' shoulders were definitely put to the test. Brooke Wells finally cracked the top 3, coming in third place. Current leader Tia Toomey has a stranglehold on the competition. She finished second. And Laura Horvath wins her 4th event of the 2024 Rogue Invitational, keeping her hopes alive for the top spot. And the men battled it out for the top spot on the podium. A late charge by the 2-time Rogue Invitational champion, Justin Medeiros, barely edged past Jay Crouch to take the event win, his first event win of the competition. And the professor, Brent Fikowski, continued his amazing performance at the 2024 Rogue Invitational, taking third place. A win in the final event, the Excavator, can give Fikowski a shot at the championship.
The best of 9 series is tied at 4. Tia Toomey won the first 4. Laura Horvath has won the last 4. It's time for the deciding event here in the 2-person battle. That is Toomey versus Horvath here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational. The final event is the Excavator here in Aberdeen, Scotland, presented by Beyond the Whiteboard. Thanks for staying with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with former affiliate Cup champion Adrian Conway, and Kiki Dixon is the 3rd member of our broadcast crew. We will hear from her in just a second. We know about the battle between Toomey and Horvath. That's more or less decided as far as who the top 2 are going to be. But right now, the 3rd spot on the podium is Alex Gazan's to lose. We started with sand. We're ending with sand, but a much different test than test number 1 here on the Excavator.
You know, it's a much different test. It does involve sandbags as that external object. It's 15 sandbag cleans at 125, 10 cleans at 150, and then 5 at 175 with a 7-minute cap. This is going to be over in the flash of an eye.
Here are your lane assignments. Lowen will be in lane 4, Gazan in lane 7. Those are the 2 athletes to watch. And also, we're not going to forget about Brooke Wells. She still has a chance to wind up on the podium.
Ariel, really close. She's going to have to make some aggressive choices here with these sandbags in order to reconcile the points that she finds herself back from 3rd place.
Who wants to be on the podium? We'll find out after event number 9. The Excavator's underway. We start with 15 reps at 125 pounds, 57 kilos.
We talk about as a key how important it is not to redline too early. All of these women, however, going at this first bag relentlessly.
We will find out here momentarily as your elite women. Here
Danny Spiegel was the first woman done with that set of 5 before she moved forward to complete her second set of 5. 15 total reps here. Tia Toomey and Danny Spiegel are your leaders right now in the heat. Spiegel at the bottom of your screen. Now Laura Horvath is done, chalking up her hands. Here comes Ariel Lowen as Alex Kazan is falling back here. There is Ariel Lowen, who right now sits in 3rd place behind Spiegel and Toomey, and she's got a couple people between herself and Kazan right now. And don't forget about those times. Toomey on to the final bag, 175 pounds, 79 kilos, 5 reps here for her. Danny Spiegel still in second.
Sean, I like how Tia hit the gas early to give herself time to recover for the red bag. That was wise, enough of a buffer to get a 1-rep lead, and now she gets to dictate the pace and the outcome here.
Well, Tia Toomey's down to her final rep. A no rep for Horvath. Toomey's got it. 5 event wins, 4 championships at the Rogue Invitational. Laura Horvath has 2 left. Now the battle for 3rd. Lowen has it. She's going to get in. Now Kazan's got to finish right behind her. Kazan's got to be next, and she's not. Horvath is in. Now Kazan is across, and now we got to figure out the tie break. Yeah. Unofficially, they're going to be tied in points. Tia Toomey goes wire to wire here in Aberdeen, Scotland, and is going to wind up with 850 points. Tia Toomey with her 4th Rogue Invitational Championship. And if you're doubting Tia Toomey, what more do you need to see? Well, meanwhile, Laura Horvath with an incredible performance of her own. She's going to take 2nd place in dominant fashion. She had 4 event wins, 4 straight here. But Toomey was just too much on those sandbags.
She set the precedent early by coming out aggressive with those bags. One of the keys is not redlining, and she knows she's got the fitness for it. She gave herself the advantage by having a lead, then she dictated the pace there with the red bag, and she needed every second to hold off Danny Spiegel for her 5th event win here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational.
Let's go back down to the competition floor. Kiki Dixon with your 2024 Rogue Invitational champion.
Tia, congratulations. You are the Rogue Invitational Women's Champion. How satisfying is it to reclaim your title?
Oh, it's so satisfying, especially since so many people doubted me. You know, I think that there's a lot that's gone into this year, especially coming back after having Willow, and anyone that's obviously had kids of their own and trying to pursue a career, it's very challenging, right? And so to be able to represent out here on the floor, to prove that anything's possible, don't put limitations on yourself, and, you know, just really believe in yourself, because, I mean, nothing ever changed.
And here are the final standings. Tia Toomey, the most celebrated CrossFit athlete in history, wins her 4th Rogue Invitational. An amazing performance by Laura Horvath with her 4 event wins. She takes 2nd, and it's Ariel Lowen sneaking by Alex Kazan to claim 3rd. The women's competition is over, but the final event for the men is next at the 2024 Rogue Invitational.
This CBS Sports Spectacular, the 2024 Rogue Invitational on CBS Sports, is sponsored by Mod Tub, the best value cold plunge. BTWB, fitness is a journey. And by Rogue, don't weaken.
It's the battle for the podium here in Aberdeen, Scotland, event number 9. The final event is the Excavator, presented by Beyond the Whiteboard. I'm Sean Woodland, alongside former Affiliate Cup champion Adrian Conway, and Kiki Dixon is the 3rd member of our broadcast team. Not a barbell in sight. Couldn't be simpler, Adrian. Just lift a bunch of stuff a bunch of times.
Lift a bunch of stuff a bunch of times. They're going to be sandbags. It's 15 sandbags to the shoulder at 150, 10 at 200, and 5 at 225 with a time cap of 7 minutes.
Final heat of the final event is underway. 15 reps at 150 pounds, 68 kilos. Brent Fikowski and Jeff Adler.
These guys all trying to focus on the best they can, the details of dropping the sandbag straight down, not really stepping back away from it so there's no waste time, lapping it and jumping it.
So far, all these men on the same pace here. Through their first set of 5, they advance every 5 reps. Jay Crouch is on the right. He's got 3 straight finishes of 3rd or better. And he has a chance of winding up on the podium. He's only 10 points back of Garrard for 3rd place. And that's what we're looking at here is Dallin Pepper also looking to track down Ricky Garrard in this event.
These athletes all making that 150 pounds look like it's a very casual weight to move. Just a couple years ago, 150-pound sandbag was a problem for a lot of people.
And look at this, everybody to the second bag at about the same time. I think Garrard was done first, but not by enough to give him any sort of significant lead here. Ricky Garrard opened up the competition with an event win, edging out Jeff Adler by 0.2 of a second in Quicksand back on Friday. He also won event 4 to kick off Saturday. 10 reps now at 200 pounds. At the 25 rep mark, they will move on to that red bag, the 3rd and final bag at 225 pounds. And here goes Hopper. He's done first. And Pepper's with him. And now here comes Adler. This is big for Jason Hopper. Now Fikowski's done. Hopper now down to the final rep. Brent Fikowski's got a couple left as well. Hopper's gonna lock it out, and Jason Hopper can wind up on the podium. Dallin Pepper can help him out. Pepper is in. And Jason Hopper might find himself on the podium. Brent Fikowski's done, and for the final time, class is dismissed. Jeff Adler came across. He looks to wind up on top of the podium, and Ricky Garrard most likely going to be on the outside looking in. But Jeff Adler is going to stand on top of the podium here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational. Brent Fikowski looks like he's going to finish in 2nd place, and what a way to end a career for Brent Fikowski. Jason Hopper, though, takes the event, and it's looking like he's going to wind up in 3rd place overall.
Hey, we can't forget the big dog. He came out swinging, said, I want to get better than 7th place this go round. And he took a significant leap all the way to the podium.
And it was his good buddy Dallin Pepper who more or less clinched it for him, because Pepper came in next, and that was the help that Hopper needed. Saves his best for last. 100 points, an event win for Jason Hopper, 3:08.81 seconds. Dallin Pepper will finish 2nd. Brent Fikowski takes 3rd, with Jeff Adler and Sam Quant rounding out the top 5, and Ricky Garrard falls off the podium with a 6th place finish. Let's send it back down to Kiki Dixon, who's with our 2024 Rogue Invitational champion.
Jeff, congratulations. You are the men's Rogue Invitational champion. Reflecting back on all of the hard work and the sacrifices that it takes to become one of the best in the world, what is the best thing about winning the Rogue Invitational?
I mean, for the last 2 months, I've been training with only one thing in mind, and this weekend I had only one thing in mind, and I got it.
Jeff Adler being super consistent the entire competition. He never finished an event outside the top 10 with 4 finishes of 3rd place or better. He is the 2024 Rogue Invitational champion. Brent Fikowski in his final competition also had an amazing weekend with 4 top 3 finishes. He comes in 2nd, and the late surging Jason Hopper able to push past Ricky Garrard for the final spot on the podium. That will wrap up the 2024 Rogue Invitational from Aberdeen, Scotland. Thank you for joining us. For Kiki Dixon and Adrian Conway, I'm Sean Woodland. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports in association with Coulter Ventures and Rogue Fitness.